the bomb and about to blow up. I'm the bomb and I'm about to blow up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody sing it now. Whoa, whoa, everybody sing it now.
Good day, ladies and gentlemans. We are back with a new part. Isn't that fun? So I said that we were going to be building a satellite. So these are important freaking things. So let's look at the parameters here. By the way, our next mission: plant a flag on the moon, science data from surface of the moon, orbit the moon, spacewalk near the moon, return to Kerbal from the moon. We're going to the moon, but we're going to land this time. But in the meantime, an unmanned probe that has antenna and can generate power. Sounds good to me. Probodobadine Octo will make sure that this is an unmanned little project here. It needs a materials bay. We know that. So we can go to Science. Science Junior. Beautiful to me. It's going to be a polar orbit. That's going to be the real interesting part. But everything else is going to solve itself. We don't really ever need to recover this. I'm not too worried about having anything on it that's particularly designed to recover this. I'm probably just going to destroy it whenever I don't want it around anymore. But we're going to take the FLT 200 Fuelie Tanky. We're going to take our Terrier liquid fuel engine boy. Yes. I think that should be enough juice to get it where it's going. I think. If I was a smarter man, I would probably put something else on it, but not going to. And what we are going to do is we're going to take these voltaic panels. We're going to put them, I guess, four-way symmetry around here is fine. I'm not too worried now. We can take some batteries, put them around. I'm not seeing a point of taking the other science experiments. Yeah, I'm really not. So let me think. I'm going to take, of course, the Kerbal engineering system. That's important. I might even put them in four-way symmetry just because it looks cooler than putting it in just single symmetry. That's literally just me wasting money. Okay. It has an antenna. It can generate power. Just so I can give this extra utility, I'm going to give it more than just an antenna. I'm going to put some of these high gain antennas on. That way it actually does serve a purpose. It will be a relay for future ships. Probably unnecessary, definitely unnecessary, but the real reason why I'm doing that is so I can show you action groups. Oh my god, guys! So these are specific actions that you can use in your travels. Now, I don't need to use my landing gear because I don't have anything on this. It's not landing. So I can click on the gear tab. I can click on these. And I can click toggle antenna. And now whenever I hit the gear symbol, these antennas will deploy. We should be fine in terms of electrical generation. I don't think that's going to be too much grief. But maybe I'll also put, and again, I'm doing unnecessary stuff here, people. This is just me being the proponent of over-engineering that I am. I'll put some panels up here at a different angle. And now it really doesn't have an excuse to lose power. Okay. So, we have a whole science package. Now, this will probably get into the air fine, but because we have fairings now, why don't we use them? So we can go up like this, up like this, up like this. And there we go. Now everything is nice and protected and aerodynamic. I love it. And then, now that everything is nice and protected and aerodynamic, and this is the stage that's going to be doing the major stuff, I'm going to put a reaction wheel on this. The reason why I'm putting a reaction wheel on this is because remember how last time that thing was really annoying to try to move? Well, that'll alleviate some of that burden. And now I could do what we did last time, go to sub-assemblies, our short-range booster, because this thing will work just fine for what we're doing. So now this thing is going to be maneuverable. It's going to be... I don't even think I need wings, to be honest, but maybe I'll just put some winglets on it. Why not? Why the heck not? I don't like the way this looks, though. X2 symmetry. X gonna give it to you. And is this interfering on this side? A little bit. I just don't want there to be too much of a risk. Remember when I lost my wings in one of those missions? This should be everything that we need. TBH. Me like. Just to be a little extra safe, I'm going to take more panels because I don't know exactly when I'm launching. And right now, all my solar panels are under a fairing. So maybe I'll put a couple out here. Couple out here. That should be lovely. And we can say that this will be a Kerbal satellite, if I know how to spell. Okay. Save the ship, but I also have to get the staging right. So these things are going to fire. We're going to release this. It'll be well after releasing this that we deploy our fairing. It'll be well after that that we deploy the last stage. So that should be a perfectly good vessel. I'm just going to make the fairing extra sexy. Why? You guys disagree with that? Let's make it look better. Let's build the fairing and let's have it come out a little bit. This probably doesn't serve any practical purpose other than I think it looks better. So that's what I'm going to do. And bam. Right? Doesn't that look cooler? Or does it look a little too fat now? This is me being a fool and just not leaving well enough alone. But I like when things look nice and pointy. It just makes me happy. So we're going to go like this. Ah, there we go. Perfectly good. We can even give it a little color change. Make it look like a AT-AT or something. Save. And I think that'll be just fine. So now we get to the important and stressful part. If this ever wants to load. Okay. Now, I think I put enough delta V in this that this really doesn't have to be perfect, and thank God for that. Because we are going this way. We're going in a polar orbit. So, we need to wait until our shippy over here rotates to in the vicinity of this line, which is apparently going to take a while. Gosh. Now again, thankfully this does not have to be perfect. because it would really suck if it did. But, okay. So, we're here, and then we're going to be going in this direction, which from here is going to be north, it looks like. So, when we launch, we're going to be going north, and hopefully, again, we're trying to account a little bit for the rotation of the Earth here, of Kerbal, whatever, which is... Things tend to go really slowly when you're on Kerbal. It's almost like it's a different kind of time acceleration. But I think I might have overdone it, but whatever. Our resources, hopefully we didn't lose any power. We did lose a little because it's nighttime now. But not so much that we need to be worried. We are going to quick save. God, yes we are. And we're going to go. There was a really weird delay on that, and it scared the shit out of me. So we are just headed north. In a completely different direction than last time. We're already hitting those aerodynamic forces. I know I say aerodynamic instead of aerodynamic, but I can't help myself. And we're just maintaining course, baby. Normally, I would be trying to get cute and turn this thing so I can really get a look. I would be getting cute. Oh, I almost lost control. Oh, that would have been bad. I would be getting cute and trying to really make this perfect, but I'm a scaredy cat right now. It's uncommon for me to try to go out in this direction. But I am going to try to turn sideways because the less maneuvering I have to do later, the better. Okay, let's see how that looks. Our apoap's coming out this way. Hopefully that is the correct orientation. It is. Dear me. And we're going to try to circularize. Periaps is, what is it there, 45? That won't do. 85, that still will not do, guys. What are you fellers doing? Periaps is 99. Apoap's is 121. Ooh, nope, wrong way. Periaps 99. Apoap's 121. We can try to bring that in a little bit. 107. 99. Okay. With 20 seconds left, we're going to hit that burn. And then our... Looks like our orientation, you can see it's a little skewed. It's not an exact polar orbit yet, but it's pretty good. I'm proud of myself so far. Definitely more... I don't like the way I say definitely either. Definitely. Manageable. Very manageable. It definitely helps. I said definitely again. It helps to kind of know where you're headed and try to get started at least in a general direction. That's correct. Because that just means less maneuvering later. How's my electric charge doing? It's completely fine. Just trying to get a stable orbit, babes. Two, one. Our periaps is 99. Our apoap's is 108. That's a stable orbit to me, baby. Okay. Our descending node right now is negative 10 degrees. It's not spectacular, but it's not gosh awful. Okay. Now's the part where I just gotta hope and pray. Now, this doesn't have to make a return trip, and that's the important thing. But this is the part where I just hope and pray that I put enough Delta V in this bitch. Apoaps is 12 million. Yikes, that is far out, man. But we're going to add a maneuver, and we're going to just try to meet our Apoaps with that Apoaps. Again, it's not going to obviously be in the perfectly correct spot, but it looks like we're going to be able to do part of the burn with this stage, and we'll have to do part of the burn, unfortunately, with the other stage. 12. This is going the wrong way, isn't it? Yeah. 12. 2. Okay. That's close enough. So you can see we're kind of getting our height right. And then we're going to try to turn, well, we're going to get our periaps kind of right too. And then we're just going to try to start turning this thing the right way. We could, I'm not totally sold on the correct order of operations here. You know what? I'm going to change my philosophy here. I'm going to go towards the descending node. Because I think if I go towards the descending node, I'm going to have a better picture of the right way to go. Because the descending node is going to meet right on the line of wherever I end up here. At least it should. And I think that's going to be helpful. Because now I'm going to be able to change my inclination at a very similar time that I'm doing. Ooh. Another height adjustment. This thing is finicky. I think that's good. We have 14 whole minutes before we get there. And it's going to be another sizable burn. But me like. And if I remember correctly, you do want to do most of your inclination changes at Apoaps. It's where you're going slowest. And from what I remember, that helps quite a bit. I did put warp to maneuver, didn't I? And it decided... Oh no, I misunderstood which direction I was going in, apparently. Well, that's fine. That is fine. I can absolutely release this fairing now. And I could press this gear icon. Boom! And now there's our little satellite. Now this goes down to 11.5 seconds. I'll do it at 12 because I'm going to have to restage. I'll give myself that extra half second. In theory, I could probably use more than that, but whatever. The thing is, this is still, I think, plenty of Delta V, but it's not as overkill as what I usually do with my ships, so I just want to make sure this is nice and, I don't know, cowabunga. I don't know why I said that. Okay. So now when we're out here, we're going to fix the old inclination problem. Ascending node, 10 degrees. That looks pretty good. This, unlike the rendezvous, don't tell you how you doing with that. So it's kind of annoying. But I'm trying to get things good here. This is me just playing around with all the maneuver nodes, trying to get these things really lined up. Oh, what the fuck happened there? Oh, encounter with the moon. That's really annoying. That fucked the whole thing up. Ooh, I didn't even consider that happening. So, we're basically gonna have to, like, go out and back in? I don't know. I can already tell these moon encounters are gonna be the frickin' death of me. But that's looking okay. But now you can see that we came out. It's even more pronounced, the inclination problem. Oh, dear. This turned into a way bigger pain in the ass than I thought it was going to be. Let's get far away from the moon. We just happened to do this entire thing in, like, a prime orbit spot, apparently, for the moon. Which is making things just a tad more difficult. Holy crap, every time I make any sort of move, I'm hitting the stupid moon. I'm trying to make sure that these things are kind of coming off around the same level. That seems about right. And again, despite how much of a move that is, it is only a 11-second burn. Now, I like even numbers, so I am going to make my thrust limiter, I guess 16 seconds is fine. I could just burn this materials experiment while I'm here, because it doesn't say it has to be a functioning materials bay, it just says have it. But that's neither here nor there. I'm regretting not having a reaction wheel on this thing now, because it is turning a little slowly. But whatever. We will warp to next maneuver. And get ready for the 8-second burn of dreams. Speeding up time a little bit. It's not an 8-second burn, it's a 16-second burn. Why did I say 8 seconds? Oh, fuck. Go! Oh my god, I can't believe I did that! Seven, 6. I actually don't even know what I did wrong. I was pressing Z. Unless I wasn't. Okay. Good enough. What is our ascending and descending node now? 0! Oh, yes. That was way more important than the actual height. So, that makes me a very happy boy. Okay. So now, we can kind of speed things up a little bit, get this thing far away from the ascending node so that when we get back around, we can hit it again, and hopefully this time we will not encounter the stupid moon. Yeah. Okay. Just gotta alter this a little bit. That's starting to look like our orbit is right in the spot. Right? And you can tell when you're done because this red line will go away when you do the right thing. But we have the correct orientation and everything else. We still have 53 seconds, it says, worth of delta V, and this is a 1-second burn, and it should be all that we need to finish this. But we're going to limit the thrust. If it lets me. I don't have any control right now. And I'm not sure why. The hell happened? I have communication. I just don't have control. What the hell happened? Well, this appears to be some kind of glitch. And I'm hoping it's not a glitch that will cause me any problems when I... Because you need a new construction? Yeah, now it's moving. What the hell is that? I don't know. It says it has to be a new thing, so I'm hoping that didn't just ruin the entire mission, but at least it would still be showing you how to do it, right? So you can't hate me, I'm still showing you how. I'm just gonna fix this whole thing. Again, looking good. I'm still able to control this. Legitimately don't know what happened last time, but we're warping to the next maneuver. In the meantime, we're going to get that thrust limiter working. Yeah, it's like I knew I had battery power. I knew I had communication. What the heck happened? But 9. Can we get like a 10? 12? Okay. I'll live with 12. So 6 seconds left. That was an infuriating glitch. Hopefully there's still no problem. I have the materials bay. It does still say that I satisfied the new unmanned probe requirement. And hopefully I will have that reasonable deviation that they so desire in just a second. It's not perfect, but now I'm looking at it, but I'm definitely not man enough to change the maneuver node now when I have about, what was it? Not even 8 seconds before I gotta change this. So we're going up, and hopefully we'll see this red indicator disappear. Oh, there it was. It disappeared. And that means that I reached the desired orientation. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. Boom! Mission complete. Yeah, baby. That satisfied the requirement. Now, I don't like how close this gets to the moon's... Oh, no. Yeah, look, this is right on the moon's path, kind of. Like, I really sincerely hope that this will never get into the moon's sphere of influence and just crash into it. Because otherwise, I don't know what the point of all that was. But now, we have a satellite. We have our first little dish in space that can do experiments for us. While we're up here, we can observe the materials bay and get 18 science. Why not? Transmit it. And that was done. And we can go back to the Space Center. So I think the real key of all that, because changing the inclination is kind of the big mother effer when you're going onto an inclined or a polar orbit. So the key part of that was showing how you can kind of get pretty close from the beginning. But we successfully have a satellite in space. We can go to the tracking station and we can see that our little guy is communicating. We can be so proud of him. And it looks like this is a different mission to get a satellite into orbit. But that's not a big thing for now. Trying to move things along. Like a lot of these missions, if they're repetitive, like rendezvous a vessel, do this, do that. They're kind of things that I would do separately. I would do off camera. I really want to get the big stuff going. And the next mission is a big one because we are going to be landing on the moon. Now that is exciting. We can go to the R&D and see if there's anything we can grab that would make our life easier in that sense, but we don't need any big command modules. We don't need the better landing legs. Propulsion systems. Now these are just like smaller liquid fuel engines and stuff. That's a solid booster? Oh, that's probably like to be a Sepratron or something. Maybe? I don't even know. No, that's not the Sepratron. That's the Sepratron. Doesn't matter. We definitely don't need heavy rocketry stuff, so we can kind of just hoard the science that we have for now, try to get bigger and better things, and land on the moon. And then it's just going to be a matter of figuring out the best ship to get that done. Do I want to do it Apollo style? I don't really have docking ports, so probably not. We'll probably just do it the lame way. Just build a ship that has enough Delta V to land on it, hopefully get safely back, and satisfy all the mission requirements that we have, of which there are plenty. We got to plant a flag, we have to get science data, we have to orbit, go on an orbital spacewalk, and return. All this will have pretty big science and monetary rewards. Yeah. That's all great stuff. So we have to make sure we have enough science with us. We have some work to do. I gotta decide whether I'm going to take a scientist with me or a pilot. A pilot would be easier. A scientist would yield better rewards. There would be a tough one. All questions that have to be answered in the next part, not this one. Until that next part, I'll see you when I see you, babies. Bye-bye.
I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I got my trucks and my dickies and I put it on black. Banging Sinatra in a flat Cadillac. My old lady leaning out the whole